All right, then. Good evening and welcome to a very special edition of the UFL Weekly / Sports Blast Show. Our new Saturday Sports Blast. We were supposed to be on the air yesterday, but I had a little bit of a problem and we weren't able to get on the air yesterday. But today we're on here tonight and making up for lost time. So don't forget to call your friend, call your cousin, call somebody, get them here. My name is Ralph Williams. I am the host of the UFL Weekly and / Saturday Sports Blast. And yeah, what do you want to talk about? And let us talk to you. And I am the revolutionary. I am the visionary. I am Ralph Williams. And also, I want you to all acknowledge me. All right. All right. Let's get started here. We have my co-host with us today, Pensman Sports. Pensman, welcome to the program. How are you tonight?
I'm doing good. The Yankees won, so I'm a happy camper. We split the series from the Red Sox. Last night was postponed because Mother Nature brought thunderstorms and rain and thunder and lightning, and we had all kinds of activity going up the East Coast. But that's what's going on. So we got the game in today. We won 6-1, huge eighth inning, and Bednar comes and closes it out. So that's good Yankees day.
All right. Brian Pettit from the Sports Break Media. Go ahead, Brian. How are you today?
I'm doing good. I just got done with the NASCAR race, and Denny Hamlin won his tied Kyle Busch's record. So, all Denny Hamlin goes to the back and he comes from the front and he wins the race. So, just another day of weekend with him winning from the back to the front. So, yeah.
All right. We got a bunch of folks in the comment section. Comment section open. You can always respond as we go. Thank you, Pensman, for being my monitor here on that front. And we have a lot to talk about tonight, including Chicago Bears. We'll talk about that later as part of our Saturday Sports Blast, which we're doing tonight because we'll actually call it a Sunday night Sports Blast because we couldn't do the Saturday Sports Blast, as I mentioned before, because I had something going on here, last minute situation that cropped up all of a sudden. And you know how that goes in life. All right. Guys, let's get started. UFL football today, the playoffs. Four teams were involved. Looks like some real nail biters here with these games. I didn't expect the DC Defenders to come back and win this game. I thought Orlando was going to blow them out, but it turns out DC won 28-22. And then earlier today, Louisville is in the United Bowl. They beat St. Louis Battlehawks by 1 point. And St. Louis has always had a good football team for the UFL. Go ahead, Pensman, your thoughts on these games. We'll start with you, go ahead.
Like you, I thought Orlando was going to take this game because of how they were going to be playing. They were doing that, so that was crazy. DC beat them 28-22, and then the St. Louis game's going on now, and Louisville just took the lead. They're in the third quarter right now, and that's going to be a nail biter towards the end of the game. It's 18-17 right now, but we'll see how that goes out. So I'm looking into it. So we'll see what happens with that game. It's only in the third quarter, but we got some exciting football today. So it's exciting.
Yeah, it's been some close games most of the year. Brian, your thoughts? I can't believe Orlando lost this game today, but it doesn't surprise me because DC's the defending champions from last year. So go ahead.
Yeah, we talked all year about these two teams, and they're kind of up at the top of the thing. I didn't get to watch it much of it, but Ralph, you get so much momentum, and then you lose it right here at the end, and they could have lost it, in the fourth quarter. So it's just one of those things where you don't want to get your hopes up too bad because you got the playoffs now. You know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I keep telling people, and people don't seem to understand this. When you get in the playoffs, the season starts all over again. Okay, and what happens here is that means that everybody has an opportunity that's in the playoffs, whether it's a college playoff, whether it's the NFL, NBA, whatever it is. So speaking of that, we're going to talk about the NBA playoffs coming up. You guys did a live stream the other night, and also we're going to talk about the NHL. It seems Vegas Golden Knights won last night. They beat Carolina, and we're also going to talk about the Chicago Bears situation. What a situation here, and we're going to talk about something that I said was going to happen, and I think it will, and it's looking that way even more and more. And I will tell everybody this. And I finally want everyone that if I'm right on this to finally acknowledge me for what I am. All right. So that's what I want from everybody if I'm right about this. That's if I'm right. All right. And most of the time, if you ask Smoking Jim Frazier, 95% of the time I'm right. So I just want to let everyone know that. All right. All right. Let's continue on here. This year.
You are 95% right all the time.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, I am. All right, so we're not going to spend too much time on UFL stuff. Next week's the bowl game,
especially when it comes to wrestling.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We can talk a little bit about that tonight too, if you want. It's up to you guys. But anyway, speaking of UFL, the United Bulls coming up. I believe it's in a week or two, and we'll be covering that. This is our final UFL weekly show. We'll be covering that on our Saturday Sports Blast because that's only going to be 2 teams. So we'll cover that on our next Sports Blast, Saturday Sports Blast show. So, But anyway, we're going to be coming up with a show probably starting in July. It's going to be called The Anything Goes, and that'll be on Sunday nights at 8 o'clock. 3 of us here are going to talk about anything, wrestling, crime, cooking, whatever. We're going to talk about anything. Anything goes. We'll talk about anything. And that's exactly what we're going to do. It's going to be Sunday nights at 8 o'clock. Some nights we won't be on because of scheduling conflict or something like that. We can talk about restaurants. I can tell you a little story about wheelchair vans because I experienced a situation this week. So, we could talk about that. We could talk about a bunch of stuff. But, so there we are.
We could talk about chicken wings. We could talk about chicken wings.
We can do that too. So my question, guys, is: does Todd Haley take this job with the Columbus Aviators? Does he keep this job? Does he take this job if he's offered it? Would you take this job, Brian? Go ahead.
It's kind of I don't know. It's kind of hard to say about. You got to have a coaching staff, and that's all that matters. You can get fired. You can get hired. I don't care if it's NFL, college, baseball. It doesn't matter. If you don't have the right coaching ability to go out there and get the right coaches, you're not going to be successful. Look at everybody's coaching staff you have to have. Now, we could take up this factor about LSU having, that guy, being under, I can't even think of his name now. But LSU's coaching staff, look at him.
Lane Kiffin.
Lane Kiffin. You got Lane Kiffin now. You got Orgeron.
He's bringing back
somewhere in there.
Ogeron or Ogre Bum or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Bringing him back.
Yeah, you got him. I mean, you got to have the right coaching staff. If you don't, you might as well just put it in a bag and go, oh, well. But it could be a thing, but you got to have the right players too. You got to have a coaching staff, and you got to have the players to go with it. And you got to teach. I've heard a lot of people saying, well, this coach can't do this. This coach can't do that. And my thing is, you have to, even though they're older, you still have to coach them up. We always hear you have to coach the players all the time. You got to coach them up to make them better players. You have to evaluate them and everything like that, though.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. All right. Let's get into our Pensman. Good. Your thoughts. Do you think if Todd Haley gets offered this job permanently, should he take this job? And if do you think he's the right guy for this job with the Columbus Aviators? Go ahead.
I think he's great for the job, but I would put that. Yeah, I'll look around and see what's available first, and if nothing's available, then I would grab it. But because there's a lot of head coach vacancies open in college and NFL, you know how they come and go. You saw the carousel last year, so we'll see if he wants to or not. But I'll put that in the back pocket. But absolutely, he could take the job. He just came in the wrong time, so if he if he started the season, his record will have been whole differently, completely turn around.
Oh yeah, the thing is though, I would have thought that it's really sad that what happened to the the coach there for a minute, So, but anyway, all right, guys. I have to take my glasses off for a minute here. I'm having issues with my eyes tonight. I don't know why, but I am. All right. All right, guys, let's get into some other sports topics here as we're going to go into our new show that we were supposed to debut yesterday. But as I mentioned, I had a situation with my contractor who was supposed to be here days ago, and he showed up yesterday to do work on my house. And I didn't want the banging and all that going on. But here we go, Saturday Sports Blast, the new 10 a.m. show. It'll be with me, Ralph Williams, the revolutionary, the visionary, and also Pensman Sports, Brian Pettit and Leo Haggerty. And we're going to have some guests on coming up as well. All right, guys, let's get started. Chicago Bears. They are officially moving to Indiana, the town that they're moving
Absolutely.
to. From what I found out today, the town that they're moving to has a casino there. And a lot of Chicagoans go over across the bridge, I guess it is, to this town for the casino. So they already know this town. All right. So that the Bears are moving to. You know what? I want to say this to the people of Chicago, and I get this. You don't want public money being used to pay for stadiums. Oakland did it, and look what happened to Oakland. All right. Several other cities. Jacksonville sat down with the Cons and said, "Can you put in 50%?" The Cons said yes. The Arizona hockey team, that owner didn't want to put no money into anything. So it was just a lot of. It's been like that. Baseball, everything. Okay, teams everywhere. They all want stadiums. They all want it publicly paid for, and a lot now are not doing it. They don't want it, and I don't blame some of these people. Or some of these towns. But let me say this, and I'm going to go into a little political talk here a little bit. I told everybody about these progressives, and that's mostly who run most of these cities is progressives. And now they're starting to really make it bad. If there's progressives in Chicago, this is why the Bears can't get a new stadium. Okay? It's that simple. All right? And the people of Chicago, you should be ashamed of yourself. That's a sports town. You have a team that's been playing in a relic for many years, and now they want a new facility, and you don't want to help them. Shame. I will say shame on them for that. But let's start with you, Brian. Go ahead. What do you think?
It's going to be a lot of traffic if they move there. There's going to be a lot of traffic. I've heard that a lot of people are complaining about. Are you going to travel that far just going to the game? We could see the gas prices go up or down, whatever, sideways. Are people actually going to go to the new Bear Stadium and have fun because of everything around it? You're going to have to, where they have it right now in Chicago, is there's a lot of restaurants. There's not a lot of restaurants around there, or not a lot of things around Chicago. I mean, where are they going to put it at? And it's just, they never should have put it there, and it's going to cost a lot of money. Would you want to go to a Bears game if you were an hour away now? I mean, it's got to be the right culture.
Brian, you're exactly correct on that. I mean, what do you do here? I mean, that's if you're a Bears fan. And you know what? If I'm a Bears fan and I'm a season ticket holder, a seat license holder, or whatever you want to call it, I'd be pissed. I'd really go after, the government here and say, shame on you for this. And I'll bet you a dollar to a dime, they're progressives. Because the progressives don't want development. They don't like business development or nothing like that. They don't support sports teams. They don't support police. They don't support anything. All they do is run their trap. So, if that's what it is, and if I'm right about that, and that's what it is, then guess what?
Yeah.
That's why.
And here's another thing, Ralph. And here's another thing nobody ever thinks about. If I'm going to put a stadium in a new area, you have to look for spaces for the people to park. You have to look for, and you have to build roads. Where are they going to put it? You have to structure around there. And then, so you got 60, let's say you got 70 to 60,000 people to 70,000 people or 80,000 or whatever. Now, do you want to close it in to where you can have football games, basketball games, but
Right.
where are you going to put the people that are going to come in there and the traffic? Because you're going to have to build new roads. You just can't build a stadium and say, "Oh, I'm going to put it here," because you got to look at the structure around the city, around the thing, and everything like that. You know?
Yeah, you got to look at engineering, architecture. You got to take a look at that stuff. I know people in that business, and let me tell you something. It's not easy. They're going They're really going to have to do a lot of, like you said, studies. There's going to have to be something there. That traffic getting over there. I'm not sure. I don't know the geographical area there, but if I can probably look it up and find it. But what I'm saying is if that's going to be a cluster screw, look out. Okay, people are not going to go to these games. If they go, they're going to have to go hours, and I mean hours early. And you know what? The Chicago restaurants, all the ones around Soldier Field, they're all going to lose money now because they relied on those Bears games to make money. All those restaurants and businesses and employees and all that. So now employees got to drive an hour to get to that enjoy their job. I worked at the Heinz Field as an usher. I love that job. I worked there as security. I love that job. And, for people who've been in it for a long time, Pensman, go ahead.
Like Brian said, where you got to leave early, but I would just keep it at Soldier Field. You guys know where it is. You guys can make money. After the party, after the game, you could go. Philly has Chucky's and Pete's. That's where the Eagles go after the game. They have the casino there. Ralph said there's a casino nearby, but the casino's making enough money as it is. What about the restaurants? Like Brian said, just keep it at Soldier Field. Plus, Brian didn't mention, I'm going to add on to what Brian said, there already is an Indiana team. It's called the Indiana Colts. So where's this going to be? The Indiana Bears?
Right. Yeah.
Exactly. Come on now. Use your head. Exactly. You can't drop $1 to $5 million just here's a good spot.
Yeah, exactly. And here's another thing that I forgot to mention, guys. Public transportation. Is there public transportation to get these people over there? Most of the people that work at stadiums use public transportation.
Probably not.
I did that when I had to work at Heinz Field, but we have an easy transportation system in Pittsburgh to get over there. You see what I'm getting?
Indiana, it's flat. And
I know. Still,
yeah.
What about public transportation? See, people got to look at this stuff before they think about building this place. And let me tell you something. You know what? Shame on the owners too of the Bears for doing this, because I'm going to tell you what, this is shameful because both parties are wrong. The city's wrong for not giving them a tax break, and then on top of that, the Bears ownership is wrong for moving out. Somebody got to sit down and negotiate this. Somebody's got to really sit down and say, "Hey, look." And I'll bet you $1 to a dime, I can find somebody, and I know a few people who cover Chicago sports, and let me find out if these politicians are progressives, and if they are, I'm right, because they have to be. There's no way that you let the Bears walk away like this. There's just no way at all, none.
No. And Ralph, one other thing is, how about drainage? Another thing for the water.
Yeah. Exactly, drainage water. Exactly. And it's just there's a lot involved in this. So they're going to be at Soldier Field for a while, I would think, if that's what all has to be involved in this. Okay. And I just feel that this is just, to me, that's a slap in the face of people who live in Chicago. And if I'm people who live in Chicago and I'm old heads, I would vote these progressives out of here. I mean, if this is who they are, if I think that's who they are. All right, we got JD in the house here. Josh Dorr, how are you? What's going on, Josh? All right, welcome to the show. I want to thank Josh. This current, you see the RW media with my face on it. He made that for me. I appreciate that, Josh Dorr. Thank you. All right, for participating in the show tonight. So anyway, this is just bad, and you know what? Shame on them. And the NFL should step in and say, "Hey, look, you can't do this. This is just not. It's not workable, and it's embarrassing to Chicago, but progressives, they don't care about that stuff. I mean, they really don't. They don't care about any of it. Their thought process is run your mouth, cut everything out, cut police, cut public safety, who cares about the sports teams, and all that other stuff. That's exactly what it is. And it's a sad shame. It really is. I mean, it's bad. And I feel bad for the people of Chicago because now if you're a big Bears fan, you have season tickets. What do you do? I mean, did you get a seat license for Soldier Field? What do you do? I mean, now you can't go to a Bears game. You got to drive 800 feet, no public transportation, and all that. So I mean, it's amazing, and this is the thought process. But here's what I think of this whole situation. There you go. That's what I think of the whole situation. All right. So, all right, guys, let's talk about the NBA playoffs. San Antonio Spurs versus the New York Knicks.
Let's go.
I told everybody.
Let's go.
And everybody laughed at me. Everybody laughed at me. I said it on Steel City Sports World that I thought that because of the young team that the Spurs had, they're young and they're hungry. And I said they were going to win it against OKC, and nobody believed me, and everybody thought I was crazy. Something was wrong with me. All right. No, when you have a young, hungry team like that, you have to watch. They are dangerous. And if they were dangerous in the playoffs, they're going to be dangerous in going down the stretch. And guess what? They ended up in the finals against the New York Knicks. It's great to see the Knicks back in the fold. The old Knicks, Boston Celtics, the 76ers, the LA Lakers, all those teams back in the day, the Utah Jazz, that kind of thing. Those teams, Boston Celtics, those teams, all in back in the day. Even the old San Antonio Spurs when Jokanovic, I believe that was his name, the old coach of the Spurs. They were even in playoffs at times. So, I mean, the Orlando Magic, just a lot of teams over the years, the Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan and that dynasty. So, I mean, but let's talk about these playoffs here. Brian and Pensman, you guys did a live stream the other night. We'll start with you, Brian. Go ahead.
I'll tell you what, the Knicks, there's a new, I watched the first, this is the second playoff game that I've actually watched. And I'll tell you what, the refs were calling zero, they weren't calling anything. And it's just mind-boggling that they can hit each other or do whatever. But it seems like to me both teams were rushing their shots. The Spurs are actually rushing their shots. And then the Knicks could have slowed the game down where they're more efficient, and that's why the Spurs almost came back and beat them. But, it's just the way it is. If you play sloppy, you're going to play sloppy. So, but, both of these teams are not slowing down. They're just going fast-paced. If they slow it down, it's fast-paced. They can't slow down at all. So that's just my take. And I really do think that the Spurs, like Pensman's going to say, could win one out of the two that they're going to be there, I think it's going to come back to the Spurs, and it's going to be a 3-1 lead.
It could end up being that way. Exactly. So, but anyway, all right, Pensman, your thoughts on these on this NBA finals? Go ahead.
To all my New York subscribers, and I thank you for subscribing. I appreciate all of you, but I got to do this. Brian, you know what I'm going to do. Let's go Knicks! So I got to do that. So I'm having like I said earlier, if you watched my show yesterday morning, I did a show because this show was canceled because of what Ralph had to get done at his house. Things happen, but like I said earlier yesterday, that they're rushing their shots, like Brian said. You have 30 seconds shot clock violation. If we take it down, they were shooting 10 to 8 seconds in the shot clock. Take it down to 5, to take it down to 2. Just you have time to swing it around. And like I said earlier, yesterday's show, that Wemby is not a game-winning shot. He is not a good game-winning shooter. You got to go down to the other end get the rebound, put it back in, and that's how you get your points. You're over 7 foot tall. No 7 foot tall should be shooting 3-pointers. That's why the Spurs are losing this series. As soon as Wembley takes a 3-pointer shot, the Knicks are already waiting for it, which is not a bad thing in my tape, but I'm just saying that if the Spurs get back into it, Victor's got to go down to the other end and get the rebound, and that's all he's got to do. He's 7 foot. Nobody, Karl Anthony's 11. He's got a couple of shorter than. Just how it is. Victor, you got to play smarter if you're get back there. Apparently, everybody's relying on Victor with the Spurs because he's 7 foot tall. Whoop-de-doo. But that's my take on it. And just to let everybody know, Donald Trump is going to be attending tomorrow night and Wednesday night show. Please be safe. New York traffic is going to be nuts. You might want to get there at 6:30. I know tip-off's not until 8:30, but New Yorkers, be safe when you go there. So just let everybody know that Trump is going to be there. Thank you, Ralph, for that. But just be safe when you go there. And that's my take on the Knicks and the Spurs.
He's going to be there, So, yep. So, all right. It's great to see President Trump going to be at the game attending. So, that's good news. But I just hope and let's pray that someone doesn't try to assassinate him again every time he goes to some event. So let's hope and pray that doesn't happen. So, even though if you don't like your president, still assassination is something I never want to see. So, but anyway, all right, let's get into the NHL playoffs. The Vegas Golden Knights last night beat the Carolina Hurricanes. We'll start with you, Pensman. Go ahead. You're the NHL guy. What's going on there? And what's going on with the Hurricanes? Go ahead. And the Vegas Knights.
Go ahead, Brian. I'm taking care of something real quick.
First, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead,
no,
Brian.
I actually watched the whole game last night, and what I saw is here's my take on this. The Knights came out with guns a-blazing and everything, and they just came out and started scoring. And even though they had 2 shots at the very beginning of the game, and they kind of was in the zone. They could have been up more points than that. They could have been up 7-0. It really before the Carolina even scored. But other than that, it was a back and forth game. It was just momentum. We had one time where I looked up and I didn't even realize the Knights scored twice. And then Carolina scored twice in a few seconds in the third. So it was a back and forth game, and it's just a momentum. It's these two teams are going to have to take, but I think the Knights are a very strong team, and I think they could upset the Hurricanes,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And let me tell you this. John Terratera, he don't play around. And, he's the coach of Vegas Knights, took over, like at the beginning or the middle of the season or something like that. The other guy got fired. And, they brought him in. He was sitting out there. And, the Hurricanes better be careful because that's my team. My team's the Hurricanes in this because I never liked the Vegas Knights because they took Marc-Andre Fleury in the supplemental draft when they were expanding. And I was against that. But anyway, well, part of that's the Penguins' fault too. But anyway.
And they misused them.
Yeah, exactly.
And they misused them.
Yes, they did. Thank you. Yes, they did.
And I think, and Ralph, and put in perspective, I think the Hurricanes have lost a little bit too. They've lost their speed a little bit because of the games that they played and let the Knights have a rest.
Yes.
The Knights had their feet under them, and you could tell it last night because the goalie wasn't even trying. They were missing shots. And even though one of the Hurricanes knocked in the goal for the Knights, so that's costly there. It's something that strange that like when a rest happens, everything gets stronger, and then the week keeps getting weaker.
Yeah, well, that happens in football. How many times have we seen playoff rests or in bowl games in college football where the teams get all these rest periods? Except for the championship series, of course, you know how they play those multiple games. You know what I'm saying? But how many times have we seen this in football? And you're
John
right, Brian.
Hussey, you're wanted.
Yeah, that's right. Oh my gosh, I gotta send something out to him too. Oh my gosh, he's something else, isn't he? Oh my John Hussey. Oh boy, that's just. I don't even want to hear his name. He's the worst.
you will in September.
Yeah, he's the worst. So hold on, I got this for John Hussey. There you go. I got that for John Hussey. So there you go. But anyway, all right. So, Pensman, go ahead. Your thoughts on this game? Go ahead. Or the series so far?
This is what the fans wanted. This is what the NHL. Brian called me at 11 o'clock. I didn't watch last night because I was playing PlayStation. I was watching UFC. There's a lot of good UFC fights last night, but I tuned in this morning, watched the highlights. Carter Hart played good. Anderson played well. McNabb had 2 assists. This is back and forth hockey. This is what every fan wants in hockey from start to finish. Everybody said it was the best finals in finals history. I don't know about that.
How about Jordan Staal?
I watched a lot of hockey, and I don't know if that's
Jordan Staal still with the Hurricanes.
Yeah, Jordan Staal looked good. So
former Penguin, man. I wish we never traded him.
Yeah, Jordan Staal is. Eric Staal to the Rangers, I think. Yeah.
Well, he's got to put up.
There's a lot of players we wish we didn't get rid of.
Yeah, he's got to put up with mediocre Mike Sullivan up there in New York. So there you go. I told you he was a bad coach. I told everybody. But Eric Sheldon.
Eric's got to deal with.
Believe me.
Eric's got to deal. Yeah.
So go ahead, Pence.
Yeah, Jordan's got to deal with Rod Brind'Amour, so have fun. No, you're good, but Jordan Staal's got to deal with Brind'Amour. Have fun.
Yeah, have fun with that. Exactly.
I'd rather have Dan Muse talk to me than Rod Brind'Amour, but I don't know. But like I said, this is what everybody wanted. So, and Gary Bettman got everything right. I guess that's what he. I hope he's making a lot of money from this series. Carter Hart is playing like the old Flyers goalie that I know that I wish the Penguins got, but the Vegas Knights grabbed him before the Penguins could. But Penguins are slow free agents when they're available. So I'll be happy. So we'll see what happens with Carolina.
And also, Ralph and Pisman, I didn't know if you know this. Mitch Marner nets the fastest hat trick in Stanley Cup final history.
Wow.
So he did that one in crazy insane. So I'll just let you know about that one. So he did the fastest hat trick ever. So that's pretty special.
He passed Yzerman.
Yeah. So that's what happened though last night. So
he passed Steve Yzerman.
Well, that's good. I mean, that's good news there. All right, guys, let's move on here. All right. I said about Derek Sheldon, and what I mean about that is Derek Sheldon used to be the manager of the Pirates, and now he's the manager of the Minnesota Twins. Pirates beat the Minnesota Twins last weekend in a 3-game series, and they won all 3 games. I told everybody that Derek Sheldon is not a good manager, and I said we're going to wait and see this year. Because Don Kelly, it's his first full year as the manager of the Pirates. He was the manager for most of the season last year. He picked up, and ran with it, and then became the full-time manager this year. So, I was right. Derek Sheldon is not a good manager, and we'll see what he does with the Twins because he didn't do anything with the Pirates. And I said this: is Bob Nutting the culprit here? Yes. Is Ben Cherington the culprit here? Yes. They've all made mistakes, but Derek Sheldon is the culprit of this problem too. So now with Don Kelly in there, you only have 2 culprits instead of 3. If Don Kelly takes this team and continues above 500, and they reach a wild card, perhaps I'm wishful thinking. I don't even want a wild card. I'd be satisfied if they were 500, just so it's better than what it's been over the last 5 or 6 years. So, that's my take on that, and I was right on that. All right. So, Next, I'm going to tell you I told you so, and I'm right on this. The Steelers just re-signed Nick Herbig. They gave him a 4-year contract at $100 million. Okay? Everybody's crying the blues. Oh, he's a backup. Oh, he didn't play that much. Oh, he was hurt. That kind of thing. Okay.
Well deserved. Well deserved.
Let me say this. I wanted Mike McCarthy. I'm glad the Steelers signed him as the head coach. I'm glad he brought in some of his coaches, except for the special teams coach. Oh, my gosh. Anyway, other than that, the coaching staff that he has now is a quality coaching staff because he has a quality resume. We're bringing in mostly quality coaches, except for the special teams coach. So anyway, or the assistant to the assistant in the movie theater, whatever that guy was. So anyway, so I said this, that there's going to be a change in culture.
Sweeney.
Yeah, Sweeney. And a change in how things are done with the Steelers this year because of Mike McCarthy. Well, it turns out that there's some of these bums, and I'm going to call them Tomlin bums, have decided that they're going to try to play Mike McCarthy, and they're on their way out the door. There's a lot of guys that have stunk up the joint so far in minicamp and have stunk it up in OTAs and probably will stink it up in training camp. There's some guys that are on the bubble. There's some guys that are gone that I don't think would have made the team. And now you got a situation where you sign Nick Herbig to this contract, and I will guarantee you $1 to a dime. And if I'm wrong, I will say I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm going to tell you I'm right, and I'm right most of the time. I think the Steelers are going to deal Alex Highsmith. That's just my opinion. All right. Now, my other colleagues in Pittsburgh are telling me that ain't the case. That Patrick Graham, the defensive coordinator, has a plan, and he wants to bring back the old Blitzburg, and all three of them are going to be on the field at the same time many times. So I got to see this. I got to how do you pay $100 million? He's not going to be a backup, guys. Somebody has to go. And I don't think it's going to be TJ Watt. I think it's going to be Alex Highsmith because you can't help the club if you're in the tub. He was in the tub too many times. Get rid of Calvin Austin. He was in the tub too many times.
Right.
Okay. Anybody that was injured and hurt, Mike McCarthy whizzed out the door. Okay. All right. Corey Trice, gone. Okay. Brian, we'll start with you. What do you think of this? Do you think I'm right or not? Or what do you think?
Yeah, I think you're totally right. I mean, it is what it is. We've always said you gotta pay the piper.
Yeah, exactly. But to pay $100 million for a backup, I don't think
it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
No.
You want to pay me for a backup? I'll be the backup for $1.
Yeah, exactly. And now you got guys on the team bitching and complaining, and I'm going to use that term because of he got more than I did, and he's a backup. And now all of a sudden, Highsmith can't show up for minicamp. All of a sudden, you know what I mean?
Well,
and he's crying. Patrick Queen's crying.
Here's the deal. I think it's going to come down to, and I'm just going to throw this out there, and it's not clickbait or anything like that, but we got to think about two things here. The NFL players are paying big money. How about the NIL money now? Are we going to let players that come out of the NIL money have more money than the regular players? They're going to ask more money for it now.
Yeah.
Because on top of it, you still have the college players coming out
right
with their NIL. Now they're going to be, I got extra money coming in. Now I'm getting the NFL money. So on top of it, they're going, all right, well, they have NFL money and I don't have NIL money. So what am I going to be worth,
Exactly.
We're going to see the prices go up and up and up every year because somebody's going to make a move. Ralph, okay, next year you're going to have $1 million. Okay, Pinsman wants $2 million. Okay, if Pinsman wants $2 million, I want $3 million. And it keeps going up and up and up.
Well, they laid some rules down. Finally, the NCAA came up, and you know what? I got to give them this. They finally grew a set, as they say, and decided to start structuring a few things. And they structured this thing now that you're only allowed to, when you go to the transfer, you're only allowed to be in for I think 5 years maybe. You're not allowed to go like 6-7 years because of NIL. You're not allowed to do that anymore. And I got to give the NCAA credit because they finally stepped up and did something. And I've been barking about this for a long time. Pensman, go ahead. Your thoughts on the on? Am I wrong about Highsmith or am I right? I mean, what do you think?
You're right. You're right about Highsmith. Here's what I think, and I want to tell you. I don't know if you heard this or not, Ralph, but if you guys pay attention to my shorts, I do a lot of remixes on the Steelers because it's off season. But
Right.
T admitted that he did. He stayed in one spot last year. He was on the edge right there, and then he went to the quarterback. Now, Mike McCarthy is moving the defense around, moving everybody around. So TJ Watt's liking it. I guess he got tired of Tomlin's thing. Keep TJ, get rid of Alex. Alex Highsmith was not called. Send him to Dallas. Dallas wants another edge rusher, and if he wants to be in Dallas, let him. Hey, George Pickens had a good career. We don't need. If you're going to get hurt in Heinz Field or Acrisure Stadium, then see what you do in Dallas. See what you do there. If you better your career there, better. But you keep getting hurt in Acrisure Stadium. We don't want you. But you don't show up in camp. You don't show up for OTAs. It's not my problem. But keep TJ Watt. TJ Watt likes Mike McCarthy's Patrick Graham's defense scheme. He likes everything that's going around. They keep moving around. And Brian, I know you watch. I know you're gonna play Madden, but in Madden they have all kinds of defense movement too as well. It's not going to be like the zone defense where they back up, but I'm just letting everybody know that too as well. If you're going to go out and get Madden NCAA, the whole defense is going to be different, and that's what and the Steelers did that. Everybody's starting to move their defense. That's what TJ Watt got tired of. What's that bum's name? I'm so glad. Terrell Austin. That's it. Terrell Austin's. Yeah. He got tired of his defense thing.
Oh, well, it was bad.
But that's what I think about that. Get rid of Alex Highsmith. But you're absolutely right, though. What you're saying is right. I don't believe what your Pittsburgh's saying. They don't know what they're saying. Yeah, they don't know what they're saying until it actually happens. Wait till they see what I see. And I'm not even go to the stadium and I see what's going on.
Yeah, well, if Patrick Graham,
all you have to do is listen to the media and listen to the players. Yeah,
that's true. And then on top of that, too, guys, you have to understand that again, you're going to have, Patrick Graham said,
own pleasure saying.
I'm sorry, Pensman. I didn't hear you. Go ahead.
No, listen to the players. Yeah, listen to the media. Listen to what the players are saying after practice. That's where the information is coming in. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't listen to what the media is saying. The media wants you to think what they want. I know I'm part of the media, but I listen to the players, and then I report back to you what the players are saying. I don't make up
you don't make
2 for $5 at McDonald's. I don't do that.
Yeah.
I actually.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You don't make up stories just to hear yourself talk, and that's what some of these guys do. A lot of them do it in Pittsburgh.
Right.
So, but anyway, Pensman, what's this one here?
To the player interview, and they tell you exactly. Don't worry about that one. That's just a bot. Don't just ignore that one.
All right. Yeah. All right. Okay, guys. Let's see here. Let's go around to our teams. Let's start with you, Brian. San Fran 49ers. And also your Clemson Tigers and whatever else you follow and do. Today you did NASCAR racing. What happened with NASCAR today?
Denny Hamlin. There was like 14. I couldn't even keep up with that. I think there was 14 cautions for 54 laps. There was 2 crashes. Denny Hamlin won the race. He ties Kyle Busch. I think it's 64 wins now he's got in that series. So. And then Clemson just had their big
4 wins in Michigan.
Huh? Yeah, he's got 4 wins now in Michigan. Also, Clemson had their big workout this week with a lot of different players, and they gave a bunch of people scholarships. So that's what they're doing. And the 49ers, I really haven't kept up with them. So, it's still preseason or whatever you want to call it, but nothing really going on right now. But, we're going to get closer. It's already June and we're halfway. We're right there on the cusp of, the NCAA Madden all coming out soon. So I'm going to get that game and I'm going to probably stream most of that games. And then the fall, we're going to have a lot of football going on.
Yeah, don't forget tomorrow night, or actually tomorrow afternoon. And here I got this video for you, this banner here. Don't forget tomorrow afternoon. And I want to remind everybody of the announcements of our W Media Production shows. Don't forget tomorrow afternoon. Here we go, 2 to 3 p.m., 620 KHB. Here we are. Show tomorrow and every Monday 2 to 3 p.m. 6:20 a.m. KHB. Don't forget to tune into that as well. And also Friday 3 to 4 p.m. 6:20 KHB, the Sports Corner radio show with me, Ralph Williams, Smoking Jim Frazier, Claudia Rosano, Luther Dupree. Here we are. Oh, there we go. It was a little slow.
There you
It
go.
was a little slow.
Yeah, you're muted.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, don't forget about the Sports Corner radio show every Friday, and then Saturday 2 to 3 p.m. on 12:50 a.m. The Answer 92.5 on the FM dial. And also don't forget tomorrow the Ralph Report. Don't forget we're live every Monday and Friday. The Ralph Report Raw Wrestling Edition, Raw Post Show. That's all every single Monday and Friday SmackDown Post Show. And if we have a pay-per-view or Saturday night's main event in between, we'll also be broadcasting post shows after that as well. The new Ralph Report Wrestling Edition. Don't forget about that as well. And then also on Wednesdays, and then we'll get the Pensman. On Wednesday, don't forget about 3 to 4 p.m. on 860 a.m. WWDB. Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. Here it is, the Ralph Williams Show. Here it is. Every fourth Wednesday of the month, we are live on 860 a.m. WWDB. We take your calls as well, so don't forget to tune into my social media platforms for that. Coming soon. We may be live every Wednesday on WWDB Philly. There's been a lot of requests for that. I'm getting a lot of emails. Stations getting hit with emails and phone calls. So I could be on every day or every Wednesday live. So people can call in, and it's going to be interesting because it'll be my second live call-in show that I've done in my career as far as talk radio goes. Actually, third. I had a sports show back in '99 on WEDO 810 a.m. years ago, and I took calls, and I took calls when I was at excuse me. Beaver County Radio. Oh, I'm sorry. Wow. Whew. Man, that was tough to get out. All right, Pensman, go ahead. Your thought.
Good now?
Yeah, I'm good.
You good?
New York Yankees, Michigan Wolverines, and go ahead on your Steelers stuff. Go ahead.
Oh. Well, I'm thinking about. I've been lazy about Tuesday nights because I go to work and I come home and I get lazy. I'm thinking about starting up the Tuesday show. Tuesday show was good. I gotta get reminded of that Tuesday show because I get comfortable. So Tuesday I'll start going that Steelers show. Knicks play tomorrow night. I might go live for the Knicks game. I'm not sure, depending where I get home from work. The Knicks and Spurs game 3. Wednesday is game 4 of. Knicks fan, I'm telling you, they are going. I'm telling you, it's going to be 5 games. Brian says it's game 6. I say it's done in 6. So anybody that thinks they're going to sweep, I wouldn't mind sweep, but I don't know. Pay attention. Just look at my shorts. I do a lot of remixes. Pay attention to my shorts. Subscribe. Try to get to 2,000. I'm at 1250 right now, so please help me get 12. Please help me get to 2,000. Get this man to 200 to 500 by the end of the year. Get Sports Break Media to 500. He knows what he's doing.
All right.
Go ahead.
Christian Parker. Christian Parker is the defensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys. So Highsmith, if he gets traded to Dallas, will be playing under Christian Parker. Okay. So I just want to let everyone know that as well. All right. Final thoughts, and then tell everybody how they can get a hold of you and everything else. So Brian, go ahead.
You can find me on multiple platforms.
Hold on, Brian. Hold on. Go ahead, Pensman. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Pensman. Sorry about that. I forgot about your Steeler report. Go ahead.
Talking to me or Brian?
I was talking to you, Pensman. Did you want to say something?
Go ahead, Brian. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Brian.
Oh, okay.
All
right. You can find me on multiple platforms under.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Go ahead, Brian. I'm sorry.
You can find me on YouTube, X. You can find me on multiple platforms under the new name Sports Break Media. Just come and check me out. I'm trying to get to at least 200 by the end of the year. So I know Pensman wants to set the bar high, but 200 is a minimum goal for me. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Well, I wish you a lot of luck there, Brian, because it's real tough to get where you are. I mean, it really is, But I hope you get to 500. I really do. I really hope you get there.
Yeah.
I'm just looking to get to 2,500. I'm at 2,446 on my subscribers on YouTube. So those of you who please like and subscribe, follow me on all my social media platforms: Facebook, Blue Sky, Getter, Rumble. I'm also on LinkedIn and Twitter X, and so I'm on a lot of platforms. So don't forget to check at TikTok. Don't forget to check out all my social media platforms. Instagram, on there as well. So don't forget to check out all my social media platforms for information, news, Ralph reports. A lot of those I'm putting out now, and so don't forget about that as well. So. Also Wednesday, I forgot to mention 7:30, the Ralph's Opinion Show. Very good views for this last Wednesday show. So we're going to be moving on to that, and it's great to have everyone back tuning into the Ralph's Opinion Show Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, X, and the Kick platform. All right, Benjamin, go ahead. Final thoughts and how people can get a hold of you. Go ahead.
I'm on 1225 subscribers. Help me get to 2,000. This guy's a humble man. Get him to 500, not 200. He's only 3/4 away. Get him to 500. Don't listen to him about the 200. But you can get me on YouTube and then email me at pensmansports@gmail.com. If you have a complaint, if you have a topic, if you want another team to cover, I cover the Yankees, the Penguins, the Steelers, the Knicks. That's all you got to do. So all you got to do is email. Just subscribe, and the more guys you like our videos, the more we'll grow. That's all you got to do is hit the thumb. Break it. I don't care. I don't care if you break it. Just snap the thumb off. Just get us out there.
All right. Pensman, tell us a little bit about somebody named Lemon.
Okay. Lemon is suffering a hamstring. During the draft, we had the 21st pick. And then Lemon was on the phone. Reporters said that he was on the phone with the Steelers. But the Eagles fleeced us, took him. The Eagles, we got Lemon. We got hamstring. somebody said, and I appreciate the comment. It's just a hamstring. That's not a problem. Do you know that there's 3 degrees of hamstring? Hamstrings can tear your hamstring, and you can be done for the season. I'm not saying Lemons is done for his career, but he's missing OTAs, mini camp, all these practices. He still doesn't know the playbook. You got to know the playbook. You got to know the right routes. You can't go off the scheme. You got to do that.
Well, let's hope he don't turn into a J.J. McCarthy. Remember when he got hurt and then he came back and stunk up the joint and still didn't know what was going on, So
I think he's gonna be another Nelson Aguilar.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah, there we go. Yeah, Lemon.
That's my opinion.
That's a shame.
You remember? You remember what happened to Nelson Aguilar? You remember what happened to Nelson Aguilar? At least Brian knows what happened to Nelson Aguilar.
Oh yeah, absolutely. All right, guys.
I don't know.
All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning into our special Sunday edition of the UFL Weekly. We are finished for the season. We will report on the United Bowl coming up on our Saturday Sports Blast show, which is now our new title for our new show on Saturday. It's called Saturday Sports Blast. We're going to blast you out with some sports talk, some great sports talk, some great guests. And then also don't forget we have Leo Haggerty from Amped Up Sports. He's been handling sports for a long time. We will be he'll be on with us on Saturdays, and we'll be back to our normal schedule coming up this week at 10 a.m. So don't forget that as well. And please also don't forget all the RW Media Production shows, and please stay on my social media platforms. Also, Pensman Sports, don't forget his shorts, and don't forget to like and subscribe on his Facebook and YouTube and all his channels. There's Pensman there. And then don't forget about Brian and the Sports Break Sports Network. There he is, Sports Break Media, Brian Pettit. And then don't forget about RW Media Productions, all my radio and sports shows and everything that I have going on. I have podcasts, several different things going on. Here we go there. Podcasts, radio shows, all kinds of entertainment. Who knows? You might see me come on, talk about how to cook a meal or whatever, I might even come on naked, and then I'll get 1 million subscribers, and I won't have to worry about it anymore. So there you go. So might as well. Everybody else does it. It's a million.
Tomlin didn't win the Super Bowl. You can't. Tomlin didn't win the Super Bowl. You can't.
Right. That's right. And guess what? I was right on that one too.
You said.
I was right again. I said Mike Tomlin will not.
You have to be clothed.
Yeah, I know that, but I mean, I'm just using it as a figure of speech. Also, don't forget our QR code at the top of the screen as well. And don't forget, if you have any further comments on emails, ralphwilliams737@gmail.com. Also, www.rwmediaproductions.com. If you're interested in any sponsorship advertising, please check below in the ticker tape, and we'll get you set up with some great affordable advertising for your business. Until next time. My name is Ralph Williams. I am the host of the Saturday Sports Blast on Sunday due to scheduling conflict yesterday, but we're here. We're here tonight, and we'll see you again. And until next time, please, by all means, be safe. Thank you.